Who's the tank? Which are the most tankiest units in Warhammer Age of Sigmar? A few years ago there was a very funny World of Warcraft video, Who's the Tank? Link is below, watch it if you don't know it yet, it's super funny. Role-playing game or strategy game, every wargamer knows that there has to be a tank, or there has to be a tanky unit, and sometimes in strategy games there are even tanky armies that can take a lot of damage and ideally also can deal a lot of damage. So let us have a look at a few armies like we have looked before at shooty armies. Now look at tanky armies. Number one is the Fireslayers. I think that's right now the most tanky army in the whole game. They can take a lot of damage, they can deal a lot of damage. You can take elite units as battle line units if you play it right, and they're really easy to play. It's a very good beginner's army. You don't have too many choices, but all units are excellent and they have cool monsters, cool fluff, crazy fire dwarves from hell searching for gold, and the lost god Grimnir. Next are the Lumineth, but not any Lumineth, the Alarith, a Metrica stone Lumineth, mountain faction. Especially the mountain spirits buffed by the mountain mage, and then a few more stone guard units and maybe techless, and you're set. Because the stone mage makes sure that the mountain spirits don't get bracketed, and then they stay powerful until the end. Next in my view are the Oogamoore tribes. My friend Franz, the destruction specialist, does not agree, but I still think they're one of the tankiest units. They all have a lot of wounds. They can deal a lot of wounds. They don't have a great armor save and usually no after save, but still they're very, very tough. Next are the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. The Ossiarch Bone Reapers are a very special army. You don't have to do battle shock test, so no one ever runs away. That's great. And they have a very, very strong battle line unit. The Mortec Guard, that is really, really good. And since the Petrifex Elite doesn't work anymore, it has been nerfed a little bit. They're not superheroes anymore, but they're still very, very good. Like the Fireslayers, this is a good army to start with because it's so easy to play. It does have different play mechanisms, so it can be a bit confusing when you play other armies later because of the command points and so on. But still, it's an easy win, often. Watch my video how to paint Catacross in 90 minutes if you like. He's the main general. Next are the Oroc War Clans, especially the Iron Jaws and especially the Great War. If you manage to play this army fast, it becomes more and more powerful every round. And most importantly, take War Chanters with you. War Chanters can pick one unit and that unit gets +1 damage as a free ability, without spell, without command point. Next are the Cities of Sigmar. There are some parts of the Cities of Sigmar that you can play tough and tanky. One of them is the Phoenix Guard, the Phoenix Temple, the old High Elves, and they have a 4+ after save. And they can be buffed by the Phoenixes, or the enemies debuffed. And then you can play the old dwarves, the Duardin, especially the Hammerers. If you play them right and buff them as much as possible, they're also an unstoppable force. Okay, those were the top 6. Now some armies that could be tough. The Sons of Baymat, I'm not sure yet. They could turn out to be tanky, but maybe not. Yet they should be tanky. They're giants after all, gargants. At the beginning of the game, the Stormcast Eternals used to be tanky as well because they all had a very high save roll. Now with all those mortal wounds out there, not so much anymore, but there are still ways to play them tanky. You need lots of Retributors, a lot of Paladins, and some Dracothian cavalry and other monstrous cavalry. but they desperately needed an update because they have so very few attacks. The Star Drake used to be one of the toughest models, but it's not anymore. Lastly, Nurgle, the Maggotkin and the Rotbringers should and could be a tough army. It used to be a tough army because they had an across-the-board 5+ aftersave. Then later the Mortals did mostly not have a 5+ aftersave, but you can give them a 5+ aftersave with a Harbinger of Decay. If you play Mortal Nurgle, you have to have at least one Harbinger, if not more, and make sure that they don't get sniped. Here's a 7-inch aftersave bubble, which is not wholly within, but only within. But like the Stormcasts, the Nurgle need a Battle Tome update as soon as possible, ASAP, because something is not quite right there in the realm of decay. Okay, please leave it in the comments below if this was helpful, if you agree, if you disagree, if you think there are more tough units out there, more tanks, and watch the World of Warcraft little video. It's very funny. Thanks for watching, thanks for participating, thanks for subscribing and joining me on Patreon, and see you soon.